Alex is in Houston, Texas. Hey, Alex, what's up?
Hey, nothing much, Dave and John. Hey, so I've got this question that I haven't been able to find a good answer to, and essentially it has to do with early retirement and how best to fund that via mutual funds or however that best looks as to be able to access it, when you're 50, 55.
So you'll need an income prior to the 59 and a half to be able to cash out your other stuff.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay. How old are you now?
Well, I'm 26 right now.
Okay. And so you are debt-free?
Debt-free. Currently cash flowing my wife's college, but trying to get a few things lined up once that's over and kind of hit the ground running.
Okay. Well, my point is I want you to work the baby steps before you worry about the answer to this question, so that this discussion is fine to have, but I want it to be a little bit theoretical for right now, okay?
Okay.
I don't want you to take your eye off the ball and go work on this stuff we're getting ready to talk about until you've worked the baby steps. In other words, you're jacking up your regular retirement first. Because we don't need to talk about retiring early and you have no money in your 401k or Roth IRAs. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, two ways that you can do that. Once you are debt-free, house and everything, and you're starting to really load up your regular retirement funds, and you want to do some additional investing that you can access earlier before 59 and a half. One is you can begin to save and pay cash for real estate. And obviously real estate throws off an income from the first day if it's income producing real estate, which is the only kind I'm suggesting right now. But you save up and buy a rental house. You save up and buy a small apartment complex or a little office building or something. And you begin to work that way. That is obviously money you can access at any time. And you have to access it, the rent that comes off of it. It's not optional. The second thing you can do is you can invest in what are called low turnover mutual funds. Now, the way a low turnover mutual fund works is they don't turn the stocks in the mutual fund over. They don't sell anything. It's a buy-hold strategy by and large. So if you have a 5% turnover ratio, that means they only sell 5% of the holdings a year. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And that if they don't sell it and you don't sell it, it's a capital gains growth, meaning that you have the growth, but you don't pay any taxes on it until you actually sell some of it. So an example of that that's easy to do is an S&P 500 index fund. And so I dump some money in an S&P 500 index fund almost every month. I've got a good deal in there as my overflow funds, because that money then grows and I don't pay any taxes on the growth, or hardly any, until I actually pull it out and use it. And if I've left it in there at least a year, when I pull it out and use it, I pay capital gains rate on the taxes rather than ordinary income rate on my taxes. So in most people's cases, that'd be 15% instead of 30 or 40% or whatever your tax rate is, okay? My case, I make too much money, so my capital gains is way more than 15%. But because I'm rich and I must be punished, and that's how the thing works these days. But anyway, the point being that you're getting two benefits here. One, you're not paying taxes until you take it out, and then B, when you do take it out, you're paying less taxes. Okay? So the low turnover mutual fund works.
Doesn't matter how much you take out.
Exactly. Sorry. Whatever you take out is going to be taxable on the gain. So it works like this. The easy way to remember it is, let's just take a single stock. Let's say you bought a stock of a share of Home Depot. And I don't even know what Home Depot sells for, okay? I'm just making this up. But you bought it for $50, and next year it's worth $60. You do not pay any taxes on that $10 in gain unless you sell that stock, and you'll pay taxes on that $10 then. But if you hold it 10 years and it goes up from $50 to $150, you don't pay taxes on that $100 gain until you sell that stock. And what we're doing inside that low turnover mutual fund is there's a whole bunch of Home Depots in there. They're just holding them all. And they're all going up, and you're not selling them. And so you're getting the value going up without paying any taxes until you do sell it, and you only pay taxes on the amount it went up and the amount you sell, and it's only at capital gains rate. So it's at a reduced rate, and it is gives you a delayed, a tax-deferred growth, a capital gains growth on it. And that's what a whole lot of people do for their what we call bridge investing, to make the bridge between 50 and 59.5 work.
Dave, I hear this question a lot from people in the early 20s. What do I have to do to be able to retire sooner rather than later? My initial pushback on that question is always, why are you already planning on what is it about the life you're setting up for yourself that you can't wait to do something else with it?
Yeah.
And
agreed.
Is that
agreed?
Am I off? Because there's something about, like, man, if you love coaching, then be the best coach you can be and love coaching. And I don't have any plans to quote unquote do nothing. You know what I mean? That's not one of my life goals.
Yeah.
I like what I do. I've always liked what I do.
To your point, if that young man is wanting to do this, his motivation is because he hates his job today.
Right.
Go ahead and change jobs.
Get a new job, man. Yeah.
Get Ken Coleman's book, Paycheck to Purpose,
Yes.
and start making plans to go do something you love, and you'll make more money anyway. So if you're doing something you love, if that's the point. I have already done the flip, and sometimes it's wrong when I've done it, because when I hear people say retire, what they're really saying is, I want wealth. That I can I want to be able to access some of my wealth.
There you go. Okay.
Before I'm 60.
Gotcha.
Before I'm 59 and a half. And so that's how I interpreted the question.
Okay.
And if I was wrong and you were right, then your advice is actually correct. Because I don't know. I didn't ask him that.
I didn't even think about that question.
But I just flip. How can I get to some of my money before I'm 60?
Okay.
Because I don't want it all kind of trapped over there.
Yep.
In retirement, and he's running spreadsheets. This guy's running spreadsheets.
That's exactly right.
He's 26 and he's projecting. He's nerding out, right?
Yes.
And because I know him because I do it all the time. So
Yes.
I did it all the time when I was his age.
How quick can I get out of this quote unquote life thing, right? And
how quick can I get access to some of this money, the live like no one else portion of Dave's saying, right?
Yeah.
If that's what he's saying, then I'm fine with it. But if he's saying, "Oh, I hate my job and I can't wait to figure out a way to not have to do it anymore," that's what retirement means.
That's when I look at the retirement data, and that's when people just die, right? Or their bodies fall apart on them.
And so it's time to go ahead and start doing something
set
you
up
love.
a life you love. Yeah.
Set up some, and you don't have to make less money to do it either. You just get Ken Coleman's book, and you learn the clear path that he's got there. It's very clear on exactly what to do. We talk about it on the Ramsey Show all the time. But you're exactly right. So it's
I hadn't thought about that.
When Chris Hogan was Ramsey Personality and did that book, Retire Inspired, we kept dealing with that a lot. That one of the things Chris used to say, this beautiful saying, and I'll steal it, is retirement is not an age; it's a number.
Yeah.
And really, what we're saying there is wealth is a number.
Yeah, gotcha.
Accessible wealth.
Accessible
that I can get my hands on. So it's a good clarification, and a good thing to talk through.